All right, so let's see how this works. First thing we're going to do, Katie, is copy down these problems. Pause the video and copy them because I'm not going to wait for you. Go. What do you mean wait? We already said hi. Okay, so we're going to pull up a coordinate plane.
Wait, can she see everything?
She sees everything that's going on the screen.
Can she see us?
Now.
Like if you write something to her, will she see it?
Now. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right, so what was the first inequality? What was the first inequality? Katie?
2x minus 4y.
See, Katie Ayers thought I was talking to her, but that's okay. 2x what? 2x minus 4y is less than 8. What was the other inequality? Morgan?
Never mind.
Thank you.
X plus 3y is greater than or equal to 6.
All right, so we have these two inequalities which are forming a system of inequalities now. You already know how to graph an inequality because we did this in chapter 6, right? So who could tell me how they're going to go about graphing this first equation, or I'm sorry, this first inequality? Derek? Okay, you converted to slope-intercept form. That's one method. What's another method we could use?
Put 0 in for x and then get that y-intercept and then put 0 in for y and the x-intercept.
Okay, Dane says use the intercepts method. So that's the method I would do in this case because it's already in standard form, but certainly, Derek, that's not wrong to convert it, and that would be fine. And in fact, we'll look at that when we look at the graphing calculator. But let's do this method, the cover-up method. If I let x equal 0, then what am I getting for y? If I let x equal 0? -2. So at -2, 0, -2, I'll plot a point. And if I let y equal 0, then what do I get for x in the first inequality? I get +4, so that's an x-intercept of 4. So I'll plot that point, and then I'll draw that line. Will it be solid or dashed? Will that line be solid or dashed? Solid or dashed line. Paisley? That'll be dashed. Okay. I know it's not very straight, but that's all right. So, what else do we have to decide here? One more thing to decide.
Which way to shade?
Yeah, which way are we going to shade this? How do we decide which way to shade? Dane?
0.
Technically, pick any point we want that's not where? On the line. Okay, and Dane picked 0, 0. If I plug 0 in for x and I plug 0 in for y, I get a statement that says 0 is less than 8. Is that true? Nate? 0 is not less than 8. He's just teasing. Yes, it is. And so because 0, 0 made this true, which way am I going to shade?
The side that 0, 0 is on?
I'm going to shade that side, which is up here. Okay? Now in a different color, I'm going to do the other equation, x plus 3y is greater than or equal to 6. This is also in standard form, so let's go intercepts method again. Nicole, what would you get for the x-intercept if you let y equal 0?
6.
You get 6. So +6. And what do we get for the x or the y-intercept if we let x equal 0? What do we get here? Bree? +2 for the y-intercept. Solid or dashed line? Riley? Katie Riley's hair is no longer blonde.
I told her that.
Oh, you already knew that. Never mind. Solid. Why? Because of the or equal to. Good. And can we use 0, 0 as our test point again, Rachel? Yes, we can, because it's not on the line. And if I plug 0 in for x and 0 in for y, it says 0 is greater than or equal to 6. True or false? Marissa? 0 is greater than or equal to 6. True or false? False. So which way do I shade? That's okay. Derek? The side that 0, 0 is not on, which would be over here. So what is the answer to this system of inequalities, do you think? What is the answer to this system of inequalities? And I'll do this in green. Teresa?
You can like dash the line that's supposed to be dashed,
Mm-hmm.
and then shade everywhere to the left of it, and then above the solid line.
In other words, where? What's the indication here? What's the easy way to describe that? Where they're overlapping, right? It's where they overlap. And so where you see the overlap, in other words, in this region here, you have your solution where I have the green. You don't want to go down below the dash or below the solid blue line because that's not where the overlapping red and blue are. What about points on the red line? Any of those solutions? Any points on the red line solutions? No, because it's dashed. They're not included. Any points on the blue line solutions? Yes, the entire blue line? No, no. Which part of the blue line would represent solutions to this system of inequalities? Yeah, the stuff to the left of the dotted line. From here, not including that point where it intersects, on up. And so all the points on this part of the line, the solid line, would be solutions up until you hit this dash line. This is an open green circle. And then the dashed line going up here are not solutions because, again, it's dashed. Questions? Yes? It said action, so I hope so. All right, I'm going to stop it for... What?
What if you went on a photo booth and she likes C?
I don't know.
Can we try? Can we sing for her?
What?
Can we sing for her?
Yes. Otras preguntas,
Other questions.
mis amigos. Great, this is going to be on YouTube.